Krystos sat cross-legged on the floor of his grandmother's living room, the musty scent of aged wood and lavender filling the space. The old house seemed alive, creaking with the whispers of generations past. He was only 8, but the weight of the moment was tangible, wrapping around him like the thick wool blanket on Lily's lap. Lilly, his grandmother, sat in her carved wooden chair by the fireplace. Her silver hair was braided tightly, resting on her shoulder, and her dark eyes shimmered with a depth that seemed to see far beyond the room. A fire crackled softly, its warmth failing to reach the chill spreading in Krystos's chest. "Krystos," she began, her voice steady but tinged with an unfamiliar softness. "There's something I must tell you." The boy tilted his head, clutching a faded teddy bear. "What is it, Grandma?" She hesitated, her hands gripping the smooth surface of her obsidian necklace, a piece she never took off. The pause stretched, the room seeming to hold its breath. Finally she spoke. "Your parents." Lily's voice cracked slightly, but she straightened her spine, her resolve evident. "They're gone, my love. They passed away in a car accident when you were very little." Krystos's brows furrowed. He didn't remember much about them, just glimpses of warm smiles and fleeting laughter. But hearing it said aloud, as if a door to their return had been locked forever, sent tears spilling down his cheeks. "They left you in my care," Lily continued, leaning forward to wipe his tears with a handkerchief, embroidered with symbols Krystos didn't recognize. "And I've done everything to protect you. Why didn't you tell me before?" he choked out, his voice trembling. "Why did they leave me?" Lily sighed, her gaze drifting to the shadows dancing on the walls. "Life is full of questions without answers, child. But what I can tell you is that their love for you was unending, and though they're not here in body, they are never truly gone." Krystos looked up at her, confused. "What do you mean?" Lily reached for a small wooden box on the table beside. Opening it, she revealed a collection of small trinkets. A lock of hair tied with red thread, a faded photograph, and a quartz crystal glowing faintly in the firelight. "This is part of our bloodline," she said, her voice dropping to a reverent whisper. "Our family has always walked a path connected to the unseen. Your parents understood this, and so must you." Krystos blinked at the items, not fully understanding but feeling the weight of her words. "Are you a witch?" Lily chuckled, a sound like the rustling of autumn leaves. "Some might call me that, but I prefer to think of myself as a guardian of our lineage. There are forces in this world, my dear, forces both beautiful and terrible, and our family has always been intertwined with them." She placed the quartz crystal in his small hand. "This belonged to your mother. It carries her energy, her love for you. Keep it close, and you will never feel alone." Krystos stared at the crystal, its cool surface warming in his palm. "What about Dad? Does he have something too?" Lily's face clouded briefly before she reached into the box again. She pulled out a small rusted key attached to a leather cord. This was his. "It unlocks a chest in the attic, one filled with secrets he kept even from me. But that is a story for another day." The boy clutched the items tightly, feeling both comforted and overwhelmed. "Will you teach me?" he asked softly. "About the forces?" Lily's lips curved into a faint smile, but her eyes gleamed with something more profound, a mix of pride and apprehension. "In time, Krystos. For now, you must focus on growing strong in body and in spirit. But know this, the world is much larger than it seems, and our family is destined to walk a path few can comprehend." As the fire crackled on, Lily began to hum an ancient tune, one Krystos had heard many times but never understood. The melody lulled him into a trance, his tears drying as he clutched his parents' keepsakes. The shadows on the walls seemed to shift, forming shapes that hinted at things he couldn't yet name. The weight of his parents' loss was heavy, but in its place was something else. Something unspoken, yet powerful. The beginning of a journey, one that would lead Krystos to uncover the true meaning of his bloodline.
I'ma do what I want, when I want, how I want. I'm light as a feather.